Brookwood does greeting cards. Very successful. It's a silkscreen process, and it's as all of these work enterprises are. They're divided into small, discrete steps. So a person learns one discrete step, and he learns to do it, and he does it over and over and over again. Now, for us, we may get tired of doing that, but they don't. For example, when they'll draw a picture, and it looks, you know, like a, I don't know, first grade or a second grade picture. Our favorite there's a get well card. There's a picture of a whale, and it says, "Get well soon." So we like to send that. But there's a silk screening process that I won't describe that they go through. But this is an example when the cards are after they're printed, they're actually folded, and one resident will count who can count to 5. He'll count 5 cards and put them in a pile. And then he'll count 5 cards again and put them in a pile. Then another one will put the 2 piles together to make 10. Another one will take a paper band and wrap it around it to tie it. Another one will put it in a box. Another one will put the top on the box. And another one will give the box to, maybe they'll put it on the trolley that goes back to the warehouse. So when you divide these steps into tiny little steps, it can be done. They do a lot of pottery when we'll do that, ceramics, and they have molds, and they've learned how to do this. And then it goes into their gift shop, which is hugely successful. They also have internet sales now, but if you ever visit Brookwood, you'll want to purchase from their gift shop. That is what we're going to have at our campus. We're going to do the silk screening cards, and we're also going to do pottery and ceramics. By the way, Brookwood and some of the other places also have host receptions and weddings very successfully. They cater, limited catering, but they do have catering, and they offer their gymnasium or their chapel for weddings, and very successful business. We visited Misericordia, which means Heart of Mercy, in suburban Chicago. They're home to about 600, well, 600 because they have these community homes outside, but they have a relatively small campus, 35. They've been there a long time, and they also do skilled nursing, which is another element that we'll have in the future, but not in the beginning. Sister Rosemary, the director of Misericordia, wants to help us as best she can, just as Evelyn Schutte, who is the director at Brookwood, is helping us. And all of these places have waiting lists that are so long they don't even keep up with them anymore. And they have told us the day we open, we'll swamp you with our applications. And of course, we can't accept them all, but that's just to tell you that there's this enormous demand out there. We visited Lamb's Farm in Libertyville, Illinois, which is a small town about the size of Thibodaux, maybe smaller, on I-94 between Chicago and Milwaukee. So it's really out in the country, but it's I think 6, maybe 70 acres, and they have about 150 residents, I guess. It's very successful. They've been there a long, long time. Rainbow Omega is a similar community in East Boga, Alabama, which is near Talladega. And when we visited there, we'll, of course, take some of their best practices as well. There's Marbridge in Austin, Texas. And another one that's very, very good is Tark in Houma. Very successful. They do a lot of good artwork. In fact, we have a painting in our kitchen by Paula. Any of you know Paula at the Tark? She's a kind of a local famous artist. They have a good candy kitchen, cafe. Excellent, excellent program. But as we say, they can't serve everyone. We will offer vocational training. In other words, we'll teach our guys how to do their jobs, whatever that job might be, whether it's pottery or horticulture. Very successful, has been successful in a number of these communities. And since we're on the North Shore and we have 100 acres, we plan to incorporate horticulture. There are a lot of nurseries in Folsom that have offered to help us get started with this. And once again, the process is broken down into discrete little things where one guy may pull the weeds out, another guy waters, another guy does this, and so the seedlings can grow, and then they're wholesale to nurseries, and it's a very successful business, not only for revenue, but to give our residents a job to do, a job that they can be proud of. We believe that there is, all work has dignity, and so we want our guys to have a job with dignity and purpose. We'll do life skills training, habilitation training it's called. Well, it may require, maybe it's how to make your bed, or it may be how to brush your teeth, it may be basic things like that.